Welcome back, Wigglings. I am the expert of experts, the master of disaster, the one and only voice here, so then with Australia, I have no music. Let's have some music. Music. Ah. Why am I not 480p? Give me just a second. 1 second. Am I really at 480p? I need to check something. Let me make sure I'm not at 480p, because if I'm at 480p, I'm gonna have to change something. Ah. No, I'm at 1080. That's just, the preview being dumb, I guess. So, wow. If anyone can tell me if it's still 480p, or not 480p, if it's 1080 for you, do let me know. Anywho, today we are going to be doing another Zatsudan. It's been a while since I've done one of these, about a couple weeks. So I was trying to figure out what is there to talk about, and recently we got some Kingdom Hearts. We got Kingdom Hearts games that came out, right? So let me find that. And we are going to jump on over there. I was going to put in some Kingdom Hearts music, but I don't think we really need the Kingdom Hearts music. So here we are. We got all of this, which is going to be fun. Yeah, why is the quality 480 in my preview? That's so weird. Give me just a second. 1 second. 1 second. Making sure things are good. If I do this, what happens? It's just, oh. And that connection goes back. I can't win for losing. I cannot win for losing. Why does this have to happen? There's some kind of weird package loss happening. Waiting for it to fix itself. Waiting for it to fix itself. If it ever does. Are we good? Are we back? Is everything fine now? Are we good? For now? Yeah, for now. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's YouTube or if it's... I don't know! I have no idea. It's so weird. Because, like, I posted in the Discord, like, it's about stability. So, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. Anywho, let me bring this back up. So, today, apologies for the stupid, connection issues. I don't know what the problem is. It's really frustrating. It really, really is. But, today we're gonna be talking about the Kingdom Hearts boss. Now, forewarning, I'm not gonna remember any of these guys' names. I'm really not. Their names are, like, lost to me. So, it looks like they're in some kind of weird order. I don't know what this order is. Like, at all. Because this is not the order that you would see them in the game. It's like, in some kind of weird order. Anyways, I felt like doing this today because, Kingdom Hearts was recently, released for Steam. So I figured, why not do this, right? So, it's been a long time since I've played Kingdom Hearts, so... I may not remember everyone 100%, but I still remember enough for, the games in particular. So it goes all the way up to Kingdom Hearts 3. Some of these I'm not gonna know if... I'm probably not gonna know about. By the way, how's the audio or video quality? Is it 1080p or is it not 1080? So let's start with this one. So, I have all of these. I don't need this right here. This one could be, deleted. Okay, it says it's 1080p, which is weird because my preview says it's 480, which is like, what? What do you mean 480? What does that mean? Why are you 480? So, over here, we got rid of that. So we're gonna put these in order of the bosses, of the difficulty. F is like the easiest, and S is like the hardest. So, for instance, let's start with Dragon Maleficent here. I believe this is Kingdom Hearts 1, yes. So, Dragon Maleficent, I will honestly put right... Where did she go? Why are you down there? Around here? Mostly because she is a pain in the butt to fight. If I recall correctly, the biggest problem with fighting Dragon Maleficent is the homing fire. Just about anything else she does isn't too bad. And if you have enough magic, you can just stop lock her. Just constantly cast stuff and stop lock her. Obviously, I don't use stop. I go the warrior route. I don't use the magic route because, I don't know. Magic is strong, but I prefer just whacking things with my keyblade. I think it's just more fun that way. But yeah, the big thing about that fight is the homing fire. She has a stomp, I believe. She has a flame breath, and the flame breath's not really that big of a problem, if I recall. Like, if you... I think at that point you have, you got glide, so you can get out of the way easily, if I recall. But the homing fire, if I recall, can you even block the homing fire? Does anyone remember if you can block the homing fire? I know there's the hail swing, like a whole body swing. I'm trying to remember what all moves Dragon Maleficent had. But I do recall her being a pain in the butt if you don't do the stop method. If I recall correctly. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong because, you know, I'm not always right. And my memory is kind of just, you know, it's a thing. Did you ever play Kingdom Hearts, Jay? Actually, I think... Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop her to B+. Maleficent herself is kinda not that difficult, really. If you can stay on top of her, no lose get handed. If you can stay on top of her, she's not a problem. Like, she's honestly hilariously easy. It's just, if you can't do that, you have to deal with the meteors and the enemies that she spawns. And then it becomes a little bit of a headache. Mostly because the meteors are a pain in the butt to get around. But otherwise, like, Maleficent herself, she's not really that difficult for being the big bad. Like, for being one of the big antagonists of Kingdom Hearts, she's not difficult at all. A lot easier than her dragon form, by far. And then Ursula! Go up. Ursula, I will actually put around the same as Dragon Maleficent. If only because half the time you're fighting with the swimming controls. Like, half the time, you're just trying to hack and do stuff, and you're fighting with the swimming. Swimming in Kingdom Hearts 1 is atrocious. It's absolutely bad. It's like, it's so bad. I think... And you have to deal with Flotsam and Jetsam who at the same time, which makes it even more frustrating. Because, they just get away all the time. And you never know where they're at half the time. Because, who knows? Maybe they're behind you. Maybe they're above you. Maybe they're below you. And who knows if Ursula is spinning. Because Ursula loves to spin. And you gotta make sure you have magic. So you can throw magic into the pot, so you can hurt Ursula. And it's a big, massive pain in the butt. It's just like, oh my goodness, I just want to smack Ursula. And it's like, no. No. You shall now have to deal with the spin to win. And on topic of Ursula, this fight right here. This fight is probably one of the harder fights of the game. You wanna know why? Because trying to stay behind her giant stupid head and not, you know, get stuck out in the open with a whole bunch of lightning bolts everywhere, on top of her trying to bite your face off and suck you in, no lose get handed, is so terrible. Especially with the, like, the swimming controls are not as bad in that fight as in the previous Ursula fight, but it's so annoying to stay behind her head. And it's, if you're not staying behind her head, good luck. Because you have constant lightning everywhere, 24/7, especially later in the fight. And if you're not behind her, she's gonna bite you, she's gonna blow bubbles at you. The bubbles aren't really a problem. It's the bite that's a problem. And it's just a pain in the butt. Like, you really need that. You really need Erica for that fight. Do you get Erica? Or you get Erira? Which one do you get? I don't remember if it's Erira or Erica. But all in all, just a terrible fight. It's terrible. Kingdom Hearts 1 is a little bit dated, not gonna lie. But, I mean, some of the bosses are fine, but a lot of them are just like, ugh. Honestly, a lot of the Kingdom Hearts bosses are kind of just like, ugh. It's like, why? Why can't you design it this way, Square? Square is a little bit iffy with the boss design. Like Zafar here. Zafar is honestly not hard. And Genie's hardly a problem in a fight. It's just annoying. Because you have to say Zafar all the time. And it's just like, okay, will you stop teleporting around? It kind of reminds me of a couple other bosses that like to teleport around. And it's just like, please, stop teleporting so I can hit you. I will be right back. I need to go into the void real quick. Give me just a little bit, please, because, I was not expecting to have to do this already. So, give me just a quick second. Also, some of these things are going to be off-center because I did some, adjusting in, my OBS, so not everything is 100% up there. That's still there. What's this? What is that? I don't know. I will have to look at that later. Anyways, I will be right back in just a little bit. I need to go to the void. Ooga booga! I am back! Give me just a second, if you will. Give me just a second. One second. Let me just do this. I don't need that anymore. Alright, so back to this. So yeah, Zafar. First Zafar, simple and easy, nothing to worry about there. Let's talk about this Zafar. So this Zafar is also super easy. In fact, I would say he's easier than the other Zafar. And in fact, I will put him down here because he's probably one of the easiest boss fights because he's so slow in attacking you that his attack shouldn't even be a problem, like ever. It's just annoying trying to get to Iago because Iago's so high up and the floor's moving all the time. And you have so much time to cast Cure that it's like, okay, this isn't even a problem. If you die at that Zafar, I'm sorry, but you should not be dying at that Zafar. It's not that difficult, in my honesty. The Queen of Cards It's also not a very difficult fight. The only thing that makes it difficult is trying to destroy the towers as quickly as you can before you get swarmed by the soldiers. Now granted, you can hack her herself to get the soldiers to leave you alone. That's a strategy. But the fight doesn't really last very long. And honestly, you should be able to destroy the tower super quickly anyway. So it shouldn't be that hard of a fight. Now, Shadow Sora can be a little bit tricky. Now, there is a way to seize him, if I recall. Like, you wait, block, counter him a couple times, and then he should do a specific attack that you just loop until you defeat him. Now, the hard part comes when there's 3 of them. Or, is it 2 or 3? When there's multiple of them. Because they can all just whack you. I think 2 of them fake, right? I believe 2 of them fake. But, overall, he's not a very difficult fight. If I recall correctly. It's just that if you're not careful in what you're doing, you're gonna die. And the room's small. That's another factor. The room that you fight him in is pretty small. So it's very easy to just bonk your Keyblade on like the wall or anything inside the cabin. Which is probably gonna get you killed too. Especially if you're playing on critical mode. No, there's no critical mode. Proud mode. Did they add the critical mode? There's a critical mode now in Kingdom Hearts 1, right? I don't know what they added in the later versions of Kingdom Hearts 1. If there is, then that's interesting. But yes, Shadow Sora, not difficult. Is that guard armor? Guard armor should not be too difficult. Do you get guard at this time? I don't remember if you get guard or not. I think you get guard. Well, guard depends on what EXP saying you have. But honestly, it shouldn't be too difficult if I recall. Like, it's the first, well, it's the second boss, right? Yeah, it's the second boss of the game. Should not be too difficult. You should be able to beat this, and if you really need to block, just hit the spinning parts with your Keyblade and that'll stun him. So that should be enough to beat the boss. Not a very difficult boss. Now, reverse armor, on the other hand, is a little bit more trickier, if I recall. Now, you do have guard. I don't remember reverse armor very much. Is reverse armor the same as guard armor? No, he's not, right? You know, I don't remember this boss. I played Kingdom Hearts 1 a fair amount of times, but I don't remember what this guy does. I know I've died to him a few times because he's a jerk, but I don't remember what he does. So I can't really speak on him. Does anyone remember what this idiot here does? Like, at all? I don't remember this idiot. I don't remember this guy's name. So this guy, he's the boss of Wonderland. Like the actual boss. I don't remember him being very difficult. If I recall correctly, the thing that makes him difficult is just hitting him. Because he's so tall that if you're not on the table hitting him, it's gonna be hard to just hit the guy. And his hitboxes are a little bit weird. Just a little bit. You can put out the fires on, the flames on his candles with Blizzard. But he can relight them, so you gotta be careful about that. If I recall, he's not difficult, though. He doesn't really hack that much. He just kind of just juggles his candles around and walks. He does have a couple other hacks, but I don't remember him being too difficult. It was just really hard to hit the guy, because, you know, he's so tall and lanky. We all love tall and lanky boys. This stupid freaking thing. So, I'm gonna go that B. If only because it's not super hard. It's just finicky, to say the least. Because sometimes it'll just decide to run, and you'll get hit, and you won't even know that you're getting hit. And then it'll just, like, turn around and just keep running into you, and you can't get out of the way, and you just die. You're just like, bleh. And it's like, bruh, what the heck? I couldn't do nothing about it. Otherwise, it's not that difficult of a fight. You know what? You're not really that difficult of a fight. You're just annoying. And yes, I have died a few times to this guy. Boy, it would be really, really great to see some of the Hollow Members play Kingdom Hearts. I don't think they'd be able to get the permissions for that because of, you know, certain companies, but that would be so interesting to see. This is the final Ansem fight. That front part. Like the giant ship part. Right? It's just the overall giant ship. So it is the final boss. Got it. So honestly, the final boss is not really hard. I don't think the final boss is very difficult at all. Mostly because by the time you get there, if you've done everything, I mean, if you even go there at level 60, it's still not difficult. The hardest part is the lasers. That's really it. Like, the ship itself, easy. The enemies inside the ship might be a problem because they're all invincibles and dark balls. I think that's their name. And they're kind of mean. I don't think there's any angel stars in the final fight. If there is, then yeah. There might be angels. I don't remember. But the ship itself is not difficult. It's Ansem himself. By the way, there's going to be spoilers if you didn't know. I'll put that in the video title and description and stuff. But Ansem himself, not really super difficult. If you have Erica, it's very easy. It's just the lasers that are going to be a problem. So he has this little spinny move, but the spinny move is, like, not really a thing to worry about. It's just the lasers. And depending on how well you can handle dodging while flying, you might be okay, you might not be okay. But overall, the final boss is actually probably one of the easiest final bosses in the series, I think. Oh, that's Clayton. Ugh, Clayton. Freaking Clayton. So Clayton gets my ire a little bit. He's not a difficult boss. Like, Clayton himself is easy to loop so that you can kill him. It's when you get to the second phase of a fight where it becomes a little bit of a problem. Because you don't have Cure yet. You get Cure after you beat Clayton. So you're relying on potions and items. Which I think you only get like 3 item slots. Is it 3 or is it 2? Something like that. You don't get very many item slots. And because of that, you have very limited resources in fighting Clayton. And the Sneak Eye, or whatever it's called, the lizard that he's riding, hits really, really hard. Now, fun fact, you can actually kill that lizard. It's just gonna take a while because it has really high stats and HP, but you can't defeat it. But if you're focusing on it, Clayton shooting at you, and you don't want Clayton shooting at you because it hurts. Now, if you get Clayton off the lizard, you can loop him, but you want to do it in a spot where the lizard's not going to snipe you, because it does have homing shots, which is what makes the fight so annoying. The eye shots are just, they're strong, and it's very hard to avoid them. I think this is Prison Cage, I don't remember. Prison Cage isn't really that difficult. There's actually a way to loop this boss, if I recall from Ninten. I did use watch Ninten a lot. I don't know if Ninten is still doing stuff. I haven't seen any recommendations. But Prison Cage, I don't recall being... The heck? I got disconnected real quick. What the heck? Interesting. I haven't had disconnects in a long time. Huh. Maybe that's YouTube, actually. I'm starting to wonder if it's YouTube that's a problem. I may have asked them. But anyways, yeah, Prison Cage, you can guard against all, like, most of his attacks, and, like, he's not really that difficult. He's honestly not. He's a pretty simple boss, all things considered. Give me just a second. 1 second. Do 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 do. And then you have... I can't talk about that guy. Because I think that's final mix only. Yeah, that's final mix only, isn't it? Yeah, that's final mix only. I never fought that guy. So, what I'm going to do is... I'm gonna... At the road below. And just go... And you're gonna be... gray. And F. So I don't know about this guy because I never fought this guy. Cerberus. Cerberus is actually kinda of a rough fight. Like, okay, so here's the thing about Cerberus. He can be rough. I'm gonna put it at C+. It depends on when you find him. If you find him before defeating Clayton, which I think you can do, you're not gonna have cure for any of Olympus, which makes it a lot more difficult. If you do Clayton first, then you'll have cure, so that makes it a little bit easier. The thing about Cerberus is you have to constantly be moving, because he's gonna be shooting dark goo out the ground. He's gonna be shooting fireballs at you that you need to avoid. He's... Actually, those are the only big things. When he stops and starts fighting, that's when you want to start doing the damage. But it's real easy to get sniped by the heads. It's really, really easy to die because of the heads. Because they do a lot of damage. And I don't think there's an actual good seize method for the fight. I think you could probably jump on top of Cerberus, if I recall. Hello, Rory. If there's, lag issues and stuff, Rory, I don't know what's going on. I'm starting to think it's on YouTube side. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with connection issues. I'll talk to you about that after the stream. Anyways. Oh my god, this guy. This guy... What was this guy's name? Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Rory. Earlier, it was in red. It was in red. I ran the speed test while it was red, and the upload speed was fine. I ran it beforehand. Upload speed was fine. So the upload speed's fine. It's either YouTube or it's my ISP. Anyway, yes, the gargoyle. The gargoyle sucks. Actually, you know what? You're gonna be up here. You're on the same level as, like, Ursula. You're on the same level as Giant Ursula for me. Because getting near this guy is a pain in the butt. He does so much damage, even with Erica. And it takes so long to get to him sometimes. And you gotta dodge every single thing that he throws at you. And sometimes you can't even dodge the thing. And even when you get near him, you can't stay near him because he's gonna do a firewall, which is massive. And that does like 1,000,000 damage, and sometimes you just die. And there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, you do have a seize, so you can stop seize him? Yeah, I don't like using stop, because stop doesn't last very long. It's the same issue with, Dragon Maleficent. Where you can stop spam her, but, like, stop doesn't last very long, like, at all. But yeah, it's probably one of the worst fights alongside, Giant Ursula. And Giant Ursula is mostly because of the swimming controls, but, like, this guy just sucks all around. The Lionhead, easy. Lionhead is easy. Like, really, the Lionhead is not that difficult of a boss. Get on top of it, smack it. You might get sniped by the, eye lasers, but, like... Oh, you can refresh it before it ends. Yeah, I remember seeing, Ninten, like, stop, like, jump, stop, attack, jump, stop, attack, jump, stop, attack, like, constantly. Yeah, I remember that. But, like, it still doesn't last very long. But, yeah. This guy, super easy, shouldn't be a problem. He does summon minions. They should never be able to reach you on top of him. Oogie Boogie, this is Giant Oogie Boogie. So Giant Oogie Boogie, I think is actually kind of rough. Just because you're, like, here's the thing. Giant Oogie Boogie. The first 2 or 3 giant things that you have to destroy is not very difficult. Because he's not shooting out homing shots at you very much. It's when you destroy enough of them that he's constantly shooting giant things at you. Like, constantly. Yeah. Phantom sucks, and we'll get to Phantom in a little bit. But, there is a way to make it so that you can destroy the giant holes on Giant Oogie Boogie in such a way that you destroy them, and then you drop down to another one, and then you drop down to another one. We got the first stage, Maleficent, right here. She's right here. She was one of the first ones. I don't think she's really that difficult, honestly. If you stay right on top of her, she's, like, hilariously easy. And it's not that hard to stay on top of her, either. But yeah, Giant Oogie Boogie, not very difficult. Is my head getting away? No, my head is not away. Very simple boss. The Tiger. The Tiger can be... I mean, you're gonna get pushed off one way or another depending on the move. But even then, you can still catch up her relatively fast, I feel. You can still catch up her relatively quickly. So, the Tiger, or Leopard, or whatever this thing is, it's not really that difficult, but it is annoying. The giant orbs. I think it's, you know, I forgot about the giant orbs. I thought you were talking about, like, the meteors. Are you talking about the meteors? Also, Rory, question, is it 1080p for you? I need to know if it's 1080p for you. But yeah, Tiger. I don't remember if you have defend at this point. Or guard, rather. If you don't, then it becomes a little bit of a pain in the butt. You think? Can you check your settings and make sure it is? Because it's saying it's 480 on my end, which is weird. But that might just be for preview. Anyways, you can counter Tiger with well-timed Keyblade strikes to get, like, effectively a guard in a way. It's a little bit tricky to do. The thing is, it's also faster than crap, so it's really annoying to keep up with. It was 480. Yeah, it probably went to 480 because of all of the early frame drops I was having. Because I was having a bunch of frame issues again. So yeah, Tiger, not that difficult. Hades! Hades is not really hard. Oh, it's Ame? Gotcha. So Hades is... I think Hades is probably one of the easier fights. You know what? I'm gonna put Hades here. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 Hades is worse. But like, Hades in Kingdom Hearts 1 is honestly really easy, I think. You know what? I'm gonna put you here. You're one of the easiest. Honestly, I think Hades might be one of the easiest too. Because, like, he's not that difficult. As long as you pay attention when he goes invincible, and pay attention to which way he's going with a fire spin, and you can roll through the fire spin, so it's not even a problem. If the fireballs, you can reflect back at him, so like, he's not hard. He's really not that hard at all. Yeah. Most of them. Hercules, also very easy. Hercules should not give you any problem. Now, there are some times where Hercules might be a little bit of a pain in the butt, especially when it does a little spin and limb move. But honestly, Hercules isn't really that difficult. Hook, on the other hand, Hook is a little bit of a pain in the butt, I feel. Like, I know you can stop spam him, but if you're not doing the stop spam method, I'm not sure what's the best way of fighting Hook, honestly. Like, what is the best way of fighting Hook? Yeah, I like, never really use Stop because of how short it lasts, so yeah. But yeah, do you know the best way of fighting Hook outside of the stop spam? You know, that's easier said than done when he starts swinging like, with his sword, and it's just like, oh my god! Magnet? You don't have Magnet in Kingdom Hearts 1. You have Fire, Blizzard, but Gravity? gravity? Does gravity work well against Hook? I actually don't know. And the other thing that makes Hook a little bit annoying to fight is the airships that he has, too. Those airships suck to fight. Like, the airships are honestly awful to fight when trying to deal with Hook. I'm sure you could guard against him, but do you really want to guard against that wild swing? Oogie Boogie. Regular Oogie Boogie. Regular Oogie Boogie's not too difficult. It's just very time consuming. Like, it's just very time consuming. Yeah, that's not the Kingdom Hearts 2 fight. Kingdom Hearts 1 Jafar is hilariously easy. I almost want to put him down here. You know what? You are going down here. You're, like, stupidly easy, Jafar. But yeah, regular Oogie Boogie. Honestly, regular Oogie Boogie could go down here, too. He's not difficult. Like, he's really not. He's just very tedious. Like, he sucks just because of the way his fight is, but, like, he's hardly a problem. Like, he's really not that big of a fight. It's very easy to dodge all of his stuff in that fight. Yeah, for all the wrong reasons. Who is that? Oh, those idiots. See, these idiots right here, these Three Stooges are also not that difficult, but they're just annoying. They're just annoying to hit. And yeah, there's ads. I know, I have ads. I'm asking to see if the ads actually work. I don't know if the ads actually do anything. They can. They can. You know what? I am going to turn them off. Let's turn that off. Because I don't know if that actually does anything. Why are they in, why are they in there? Because I never fought them. I never fought them. They're the secret boss of Kingdom Hearts in the Final Mix. I never played the Final Mix person. So I can't speak on the difficulty of this boss. Yeah, like, it seems like all of the, revenue doesn't, like, streams don't really get revenue, it feels like, while streaming. So yeah, I'm just gonna turn the ads off on, streams. Well, I mean, this is my personal list. For you, he would be a, B for you, if you were doing this list. For me, he's in this here because I never fought him. I know nothing about this guy, so I can't speak on him. This Sark is not difficult. It makes it suck. Gotcha. This Sark is not difficult to beat. It's just annoying to fight because of, the swimming control. Anything in Atlantis sucks to fight because of the swimming controls. Plain and simply put. He's not hard to beat. At all. It's just, trying to fight him is just annoying. Riku! Riku! From Destiny Island. He's not that hard to beat, honestly. Like, it's very easy to get him in a pattern and just wail on him. It's funny that they include him as a boss. He's not really a boss. Yeah, until you realize how he works. I remember the first time I played the game, when I was a young boyling myself, he used to be a pain in the butt to fight. Like, he sucked to fight. And then it's like, oh, he does this. Oh, he does this. And I learned, and it's like, okay, he's not really that difficult. Cloud! What if I told you Cloud is actually hilariously easy? Cloud is actually very easy. Now, when you first fight Cloud, he's gonna be hard. But Cloud is actually super easy to beat. There is a way to do like a jump 1-2, jump 1-2, and I think that makes him block. Then you go behind him and jump 1-2, jump 1-2, and loop that. And he will do nothing else. He is a little bit annoying if you don't get the loop because he just constantly tries to Clim Hazard you. Braver is not a problem really, but Clim Hazard is annoying. Cross Slash, not really that difficult. Omni Slash is kinda annoying. But like, overall, he's not super difficult. Riku 1. Riku 1 is actually very easy too. You see his brother. So Riku 1, you can actually beat relatively easy without very much problem. There's not really much to say about Riku 1. He's kinda like Kingdom Heart, or a Kingdom Heart. Destiny Island Riku, but with some dark attacks. And like, you can just wail on him. You're thinking of Riku 2, which we are gonna talk about Riku 2. So Riku 2, would you believe it if I said he's C? Because if you know what you're doing, and I have done this, where I have looped him the entire fight. You can loop him the entire fight, and where he will not use his desperation move if you do it right. Actually, I think he might use his desperation move once or twice, but you can just loop him. So, if you know how to loop him, he's free. If you don't know how to loop him, he's honestly a pain in the butt. He can be pretty difficult. They are advanced. They are advanced, yes. But, honestly, you know, let me rethink. If you know how to loop him, he's super easy, which is the case for Cloud. Even then with the loop, Cloud is still, even without the loop, Cloud's still easy. Honestly, you know what? Thinking about, if you don't know the loop for Riku, who, he's honestly hard. Yeah, I was about ready to say, if you don't know how to loop him, he honestly is difficult. Because he's honestly kinda hard to hit. And his little triple shockwave move is kinda hard to deal with. His shockwave move, his little sonic boom. His little cross, like, 2-hit slash move can be a little bit annoying. Is he B or is he B+? The Dark Gas? You mean his, desperation move? Is that what you're talking about? His little desperation move? I forget how you dodge that. Don't you have to guard it? I forget if you have to guard it or if you have to be, like, flying in the air. You know what? I'm gonna put you at B+. You're honestly kinda difficult. Oh, he can't Right. Actually, I'm thinking, you know what? he honestly might be A. Because he honestly is legit difficult. Like, these two are difficult because of mechanics, but he's honestly legit difficult. And you'll find him with just Sora, so you don't have Donald or Goofy backing you up, or Beast. So you'll find him one-on-one. So he can be difficult, legit. Behemoth! They're both the same. Well, I mean, to be fair, you did bring up a good point. You did bring up a good point, because I brought up advanced game mechanics with Cloud, but even without them, I mean, Cloud's easy. And, I brought up some mechanics with Sora here, but, I mean, he's still not too difficult. But, like, in regards to, Riku, you get, like, without the, loop, without the advanced mechanic, he is hard. He is legit hard. I don't remember reverse armor. I think I remember reverse armor being, like, moderate difficulty. But both behemoths are honestly kinda free, honestly. Like, the only thing you have to worry about with the behemoths are the lightning strikes. And I believe there's a way to avoid the lightning strikes. Otherwise, yeah, I don't remember what reverse armor does. That's the thing. Like, I can't remember what reverse armor does at all. But yeah, both behemoths, they're both super easy. They're not difficult to beat. This kid right here, these kids, they're not difficult to beat. So, Higa's, Selfie, and Waka, they're not hard to beat. At all. I think the hardest one to beat out of them is probably Selfie. Waka, not that difficult. You just smack the ball back. Higa's, you just gotta watch out for, you think Waka is? I don't know, Selfie could be a little bit of a pain in the butt. Now, all three of them combined, at the stage that you fight them at, I think they're honestly a little bit hard to fight. Like, you have to focus on, like, I think focusing on Waka first is ideal to get Waka out of the way. But you also gotta watch out for Selfie and Higa's. And then, once you get Waka out of the way, I think you want to take out Selfie, and then you can focus on Higa's. Is it Selfie or is it Higa's you want to focus on next? I don't remember. I just remember fighting all three at the same time can be a bit problematic. It is good EXP farming, though, early on. True, true. Only can do is throw a ball at you. So, it's probably, it might be Higa's first. Because Higa's likes to chase you down all the time. Yeah, and Selfie could just, like, hit you from range. Yeah. Leon! When you first fight Leon, Leon honestly is kinda hard. Because you don't have items. Like, you don't have very many items. And he hits like a truck. Now, you don't have to beat Leon the first time you fight Leon. But he can be pretty hard. Yeah, he's not easy to predict. And I don't think you can deal with his fireball either. I don't think you have a way to deal with his fireball. When you refight Leon at the Coliseum, he's easy. He's honestly super easy to beat. Like being behind the wall, yeah. And like, it's so hard to deal with him. Again, you don't have to beat Leon, but you know, he's still rough. And like, the moment you get close to him, he's gonna start swinging at you. He's gonna swing. So, Yuffie. Yuffie's not difficult when you fight her in the arena, honestly. She's just, She's just annoying. She's just a little bit annoying because she teleports a lot. But Yuffie herself is not super difficult to beat. Yeah, Leon 1 is absolutely stacked against you. It is possible to beat him, but it is hard. Yuffie, super easy. Now, Leon and Yuffie are still easy, I think. Because by the time you fight Leon and Yuffie, yeah, I've only beaten him a few times too. And I've played Kingdom Hearts 1 a fair amount. He's not easy. Leon and Yuffie, they are not super difficult, I feel. If you take Leon out first, then Yuffie's like not even a problem, honestly. Yeah, like just take Leon out and can deal with Yuffie normally, that's it. Leon and Cloud are a little bit more difficult. Just a little bit more. Because you got Cloud, who is going to be chasing after you 24/7, and you got Leon, who is going to be chasing after you 24/7. But it's mostly Cloud. And you can't really loop Cloud that easily with Leon around. Yeah, Cloud is annoying at this fight. Take Leon out first, and then you can focus on Cloud. You just gotta have to watch out for when they get halfway down, because they will start using their limits more. And Leon's just powering up his gunblade to become Lionheart, and that gives him crap ton of range, so get rid of Leon. Cloud is just Omni/Spam. So Dark Side, first time. Honestly, all the Dark Sides are super easy. Yeah, you don't get Reflect in this game. So Dark Side. None of the Dark Side fights are honestly difficult. I think all the Dark Side fights are pretty easy. I think they're all super easy. Now, I say they're easy. Wait until we get to another Dark Side fight later on in the series. But yeah, all the Dark Side fights, they're super easy. They're not that difficult to do. The Ansems. So, the Ansems are kinda semi-easy. Yeah, like, honestly, if you know what to watch for, it's not super difficult. The two things to watch for are Submit. That's one of the big ones. Watch out for the Submit. He's gonna make you submit that report, guys. You don't want him to make you submit that report. So, the Submit is difficult to avoid. Well, it's not difficult, it's just you gotta watch out for. And his little gas move. Those are the two big things. If you can avoid those, Ansem's not too difficult. If you cannot avoid those, you're gonna be in trouble. Now, I think you could guard against his gas move. I don't know if you could guard against Submit. And if he uses Submit, it gets auto... Really? Does it? Huh. I don't know if I knew that. But, if you do get hit by Submit, the fight becomes a lot more annoying. Because, Guardian is gonna start, grabbing you, and then you're just gonna get barrier by Ansem, and there's not a whole lot you can do about, Guardian. Interesting. You see, if I were to ever redo Kingdom Hearts, and that would require me having a Steam version for me to redo it at all. If I were to redo it, I'd have to look into some of these things, because, you know. Oh, it does? No wonder that fight felt easy, huh? Interesting. So all we have left for Kingdom Hearts 1 You can see who's left. So, Rock Titan. Yeah, I talked about the final boss. Rock Titan, super easy. You fight him at the end of the 50 round fight. And honestly, he's super easy. There's not really a whole lot to say. Like, if he hits you, it's gonna freaking hurt. Just don't get hit by him. But he's so slow that you shouldn't really be getting hit by him, really. He's at, like, he's the very, very last boss of the 50 round gauntlet. I think it's 50 round. He's easy. There's really nothing to worry about with him. And he better be easy because, he's not memorable, because you could just destroy him. He doesn't really do anything. Now, this guy, on the other hand... Ice Titan is legit one of the harder bosses. Because A, you cannot use arrow spells against him. If you use arrow spells, he will never become vulnerable to his own attacks. And he will just spam the little ice rocks and the little ice spikes, and you can never hit him. So you cannot use Erica against him. He will constantly throw ice rocks and ice... Yeah, you cannot use Erica. Erica will get you killed. So, here's the thing. You can parry his ice rocks. You can parry all of his ice rocks if you time it right. You have to parry his little icicles and get hit by him. I don't know if you can parry the ice spikes. I don't think you can. And he does have like a little ice aura he can put on the ground, but you should never be down there. You can't use Goofy. It's a one-on-one fight. There's no... it's just Sora versus Ice Titan. There's no Donald or Goofy to help you. But yeah. And the lower his HP, the more he's gonna spam, the ice rocks and ice spikes. If you know how to deal with all of that, he's not too bad. But, he does hurt like a son of a gun. And it's very easy to get stuck in a cure loop. You're gonna want to use Cure constantly. You want Cure, plain and simply put. And you're gonna want, you can use Elixirs if you have enough of them. But I would just stick with Ether so you can keep your MP up so you can use, Curaga. But yeah, he's kind of rough if you don't know how to fight him. And most players are gonna fall for that Erica trick. I know I did. I didn't realize for the longest time when I found that Erica was the problem. Like, Erica... This is like one of the few bosses where Erica works against you. I think it's the only boss where Erica works against you. Which, honestly, is kind of smart. They make a boss where it's like, hey, you used Erica the whole game, the arrow spells. How about we make it so that if you use it in this one boss fight, it's gonna screw you over? I mean, I can see that. I can see one boss where that would be a thing. And honestly, if you know how to fight him, he's not super difficult. If you don't know how to fight him, he's like the worst boss ever. Hands down. However, there are worse bosses than this guy. Honestly, I'm going to put him at A. He's not one of the worst. So, Phantom! Screw Phantom. Screw this boss. This boss is hands down the single worst boss in this game. Yeah, I saw magic as useless as a kid. I didn't realize it was so broken in Kingdom Hearts 1. For this boss, you have to use magic. Fire, thunder, blizzard. I think those are the only ways you can damage him. Yes, you can. Yes, I know you can soft lock yourself in the fight if you run out of items. And oh yeah, you need stuff for the clock. So you need fire, blizzard, thunder, stuff. You need all of those. I don't remember if you need gravity. Do you need to use gravity on Phantom? I think it's only fire, blizzard, or thunder you need for Phantom, right? But you gotta hit him 3 times with the correct element to do damage. If you don't use stop on the clock, it will count down. It will start at midnight and then go all the way around. And once it hits midnight again, your first party member who has the countdown on them will be permanently dead. It'll do it again, and then your second party member is permanently dead. And if it goes through a third time, you lose. Yeah, flight is an issue with the game. It's very easy to die. By the time you get to this point, you will have MP haste and MP damage. So if you intentionally hate damage from the boss, you can get MP back. That is a strategy, and a strategy you're gonna have to utilize. You're gonna have to utilize him hitting you intentionally and get healed. So, not only are you fighting the flight controls and him moving around, you gotta juggle 3 elements, you gotta juggle stuff on the clock so you don't die because of the clock, and he has those homing dark sides. So those little homing fireballs that will chase you, and those hurt a lot. So you gotta deal with a whole bunch of things, and you have such a limited amount of time, and he has such a lot of HP. He has way too much HP. Like, way too much HP to the point that it's like, bro, why aren't you dead? Like, just die. Give me just a second. I need to check something. What time is that? I need to see what time this is. 7 p.m. Okay. I had to see what time that was. Alright! That's gonna be interesting. So yeah, Phantom really sucks. You know who else really sucks? Kurt Caesar. This guy right here. Kurt Caesar. Go up, mouse. He's not as difficult as Phantom, but he is annoying. He is legit hard. So, he will make himself either immune to physical or magic, and you gotta hit him with the correct height in order to damage his barrier. And once you do that, he'll drop down, and then you can smack him a little bit, and then he will, you know, replenish his barriers. So, you have to deal with his physical magic barrier shenanigans, which is annoying already. He hits like a truck. Yeah, most super bosses do suck, yes. As super bosses tend to do. So, Kurt is really rough if you're trying to get up close and personal with the physical stuff. You can't parry his attacks. So it is possible to get up to him and parry his attacks, but when you're not close to him and he does his little spinning blade move, it's honestly kind of hard to deal with, because it's sometimes hard to tell if he's going to do the vertical or horizontal one, and if he does the horizontal one, sometimes it's hard to just jump over it. And sometimes when he does the vertical one, sometimes Oh yeah, wait until we get to Kingdom Hearts 2. Sometimes the vertical one can be hard to, like, side dodge. But compared to, like, Phantom, he's still easier. It's just that you gotta make sure you have the MP and, all that to, actually hit the idiot. Donald does help. Aladdin can help, too. So Donald and Aladdin are kind of both good. Goofy's also good, too. But, actually, no, Aladdin kind of sucks, doesn't he? Because it's Kingdom Hearts 2 Aladdin that's like a monster. Hey, guys! Do y'all know this guy right here? Even with how much I fought this guy, Mr. Sephiroth, Sephiroth is kinda hard. Not gonna lie. I don't know if Kingdom Hearts 1 or Kingdom Hearts 2 Sephiroth is harder. They're both kinda hard in their own way. Kingdom Hearts 1 Sephiroth is harder, in my opinion, because he won't just hit these swipes at you. These really fast, long swipes at you, and it's like, good luck doing anything about it. And when he does this little jump slash at you, it's like, I'm just going overall. This is based off of the highest difficulty, by the way. All of this is based on the highest difficulty. By the time you fight Sephiroth, you're usually like level 100. If you're level 100, Sephiroth's not too bad. But like, if you fight him immediately, good luck. Without Ultima Weapon, he's difficult. Even with Ultima Weapon, he sucks. Because his sword swipes are so fast that it's like, you can't react to him. His fire, does he have the fire pillars? He does have the fire pillars, right? Flame Wall? He is a Colosseum boss, yes. He's the Platinum Max boss. And you have to fight him with just Sora. I'm trying to think. Yeah, he has Faraga Wall. He has really fast sword swipes. Let me think. I think you unlock it after you beat the Hades Cup. So you gotta beat the Hades Cup to unlock him, if I recall. He has Shadow Flare, and the way he uses Shadow Flare is really annoying. And when you get his health low enough, his sword swings will have Shadow Flares attached to him. So he'll swing, and there's this giant wall of Shadow Flares with his sword swings that will home in on you. So you gotta deal with Shadow Flares constantly. Fun fact. If he uses Heartless Angel on you, and if you don't have a second chance and second chance and what's the other move? Once more and second chance. Heartless Angel kills you outright. You instantly die if he does Heartless Angel if you don't have second chance and once more. And it's very, very easy to get into a situation where he's just far enough away where you can't reach him in time. And he does have Supernova. His Desperation move is Supernova. It's called Supernova anyway. It's not hard to dodge. It's honestly easy to dodge Supernova. But, the biggest problem is dealing with the sword swipes. Sword swipes, Heartless Angel, and Octoslash. You can parry Octoslash. So it is possible to completely negate Octoslash. And you want to. Because if you get hit by Octoslash, you're probably gonna die. So, Sephiroth, definitely one of the most difficult fights. Is he harder to Phantom? That's debatable because of how Phantom is. Sephiroth is difficult for, difficult reasons. Phantom is difficult because of technical reasons. So, there's that. That's Kingdom Hearts 1. So, you saw all of these, all of the Birth by Sleep people here. Or not Birth by Sleep, but, Chain of Memories. You may notice what I'm doing here. I have not played Chain of Memories, so I can't speak on Chain of Memories. So, Chain of Memories is all right here. So, I don't know anything about Chain of Memories, so... Everyone for Chain of Memories is going right here. Hilariously. And honestly, I kinda don't really want to play Chain of Memories. Because Chain of Memories just isn't my type. Is Sephiroth in Chain of Memories? Wait a minute. You're not Chain of Memories. You're not Chain of Memories at all. I'm glad I caught myself. I was like, wait a minute. I saw Kingdom Hearts 2. Okay, so. Hayner. Hayner, you're whatever, dude. Hayner, go away. You're a joke. Vivi, you're a little bit tougher than Hayner. Go away. You're a joke, though. You're not hard. Twilight Thorn. Would you believe it if I put Twilight Thorn up around here? Twilight Thorn, I feel, can be a little bit difficult. If only because the lightning. The lightning can be a little bit annoying to dodge, even with the reaction command. It's just like, bruh, please, let me just hit you. And then you try to dodge the lightning, and sometimes the reaction command, makes you get hit anyways. Like, honestly, it's not hard to fight Twilight Thorn. It's just the lightning. Yeah, it just doesn't work sometimes. Like, it's not a hard boss. It's honestly not a hard boss. It's just the lightning. You know what? He would be a C here. Hey, guys. Anyone remember Cypher? It's Cypher, yo. He's a joke. Hades. Freaking Kingdom Hearts 2 Hades. So Kingdom Hearts 2 Hades, I'm actually going to put here, he's not as easy as Kingdom Hearts 1 Hades. But, he is a little bit harder than Kingdom Hearts 1 Hades. Because it's not taking a escape from Hades part into play because you're not actually fighting. Well, I'm not including that because you're fighting the enemies. You're not really fighting Hades. He's just like a stage hazard. When you're actually fighting Hades, again, he's a stage hazard. He's like a smash stage hazard. But when you're actually fighting Hades, Hades himself isn't too difficult. He can be a little bit rough if you don't watch out for him when he puts himself on red fire again. Because that little fire wheel he does. He is 10 times more infuriating than any stage hazard. You're not wrong. But the little fire spin when he puts himself back on red fire can be a little hard to dodge. And when you're fighting him with Hercules, and he does like this big old fire, giant fire pillars everywhere move, that can be a little bit rough to deal with. But overall, Hades himself, not super difficult. If we include the chase sequence And it would probably be a C, honest. Well, no, it would be like a C plus if we weren't balance things out. Give me just a second. I am gonna check on the doggos, and I need to go back and void real quick. So give me just a second, please. Enjoy the music. Waha! I am back. Yeah, it takes a little bit to get through that fight, not gonna lie. Who's next? Oh, this is a far fight. I like how I'm scrolling up and it's scrolling down. So this is a far fight. It's honestly a really awful fight. I do not like this fight. I absolutely hate this Zafar fight. Now, there is a way to, I think you can one-cycle this fight, but it's still awful. It is still awful to do. Give me a second. Mostly because it's really hard to avoid stuff on the carpet. And when you get stuck in this desperation move, it's just like, okay, well, how do I dodge all these buildings? I don't think you can parry the buildings, right? I'm pretty sure you cannot parry the buildings at all. And sometimes just getting near him is just a massive pain in the butt. I mean, yeah, we are back. When you do get near him, he's pretty easy to damage. But, like, getting near him is a problem. We're talking about this jerk face right here. Mr. Jolly Red Giant. Who is awful. I hate him. I absolutely hate him. He's annoying. Especially his desperation move is one of the most annoying things about him. His desperation move sucks. The lightning he throws around all the time sucks. Yes, this is Kingdom Hearts 2. I mean, Twilight Born was Kingdom Hearts 2. So, I mean, you know. Twilight Born, Hainer, Pens. Or, Pens. Yes, you're right, Pens. BB, Cypher, they were all Kingdom Hearts 2. He's honest, he's terrible. He's one of the worst. He is one of the worst bosses. Not one of the worst, but one of the worst. Really? We're really counting that as a boss fight? We're counting the Ursula song as a boss fight? We're counting the Ursula song as a boss fight? That's only bad if you don't know how to do the song. And then there's these three idiots. Wait, did we fight these guys? Really? We're counting that as a boss fight? Don't you just trap them in boxes? Like, I don't remember fighting these three in Kingdom Hearts 2. On the button mask? Huh. It's weird because I don't recall ever struggling on button mashing. Like, at all. Oh, it's just, I don't know why it's included again. Oogie Boogie! So this Oogie Boogie fight is kinda bad. So I'm gonna put it right here because Oogie Boogie himself, he doesn't do anything. The fight is dealing with the stupid mechanisms. So, honestly, you know what? He kinda really sucks. You have to deal with like the little pounders, you gotta deal with lightning, which by the way to destroy the boxes you need and hit back at Oogie Boogie. We'll be getting to them in a bit, don't worry. I don't know how much I'm gonna get through in an hour, because I am gonna be stopping around 7 since there's a collab thing going on that I wanna watch too. Yeah, and sometimes you get enemies instead of actual boxes to hit back. And you gotta go between 3 different things and where Oogie is in order to hit the boxes to him. It's an awful fight. Like, it's not a difficult fight. I'm gonna put it up here. It's not difficult. Not super difficult. It's just annoying. Like, it's really annoying. Pete! I mean, this Pete's not really that difficult. Let's be real. That Pete's not difficult. Axel! Axel! Round 1. It's not really hard. Yeah. That's where it starts becoming really annoying. And you got the little spike wall at the back end, too. So, Axel 1, I don't think is really that difficult. I don't recall Axel being difficult. I think that's what you're fighting with Roxas, right? Yeah, I don't remember him being difficult. Round 2, Axel is a little bit more trickier. He's a little bit more trickier. But I don't think Axel 2 is that bad. He might kill you every now and then if you don't know what you're doing. But, like, he's not really that bad. Get your fight. Anyways, we got Pete. Round 1 Pete. Which one is that? Oh, that's Olympus Pete. Olympus Pete. Olympus Pete sucks. Cause you got time limit to deal with his bullcrap. On critical mode, it's very easy to just die. Because the ghosts there suck a fight. If you don't get rid of the ghosts, they're probably gonna kill you. You gotta get rid of the ghosts so that they don't just snipe you. And then you gotta deal with Pete and, you know, Heimlin. Pete himself isn't hard. And with Hercules around, it's actually not too difficult. It's just dealing with the enemies with Pete. It's kind of one of those Lance guys, too. Those Lance guys, I hate them. I hate those Lance guys. They're one of my most hated enemies in Kingdom Hearts 2. The Lancers are the stupidest enemies. I think you can't. Well, can you? You have Sora and Hercules. I don't know if you have a third party member. I don't remember. Pete number 2. That's at Timeless River. I don't think Pete 2 is, I mean, you need the stone, yeah, but, like, you get the stone from Pete. I think, right? Timeless River Pete. Oh, it's from that's right, it is from Gemmets. Timeless River Pete, I don't think it's super difficult. Like, honestly, you can blaze through the Timeless River fight, like, super quickly. It's not really that difficult, I feel. I'm gonna put him down here. He's honestly not too hard to fight. He's the same as the first fight, but there's some gimmicks here or there, depending on where you're fighting him at. But, like, he's not really that difficult. I don't really have much else to say about Pete. Stark. Stark is hilariously easy to beat. Like, Stark should not be a problem. Now, the CPU fight. The CPU fight is kinda... because you want to take Stark out, so that he's not bothering you. And then you gotta destroy the panels in order to damage the CPU. And to do that, Tron has to be alive. You have to use Tron. No ifs, ands, or buts. And while you're damaging the CPU, you have to watch out for the walls spinning real fast, and lasers. And then you gotta worry about Stark again, and it's like, ugh! It's just, it's annoying. And on critical mode, it's very easy to die to the wolves. Now, if you do it right, you can basically one cycle it. I think you can 1 or 2 cycle it. But that requires massive massing, which, you know, most people are not going to be able to do that. Cerberus! Oh my god, the Cerberus fight sucks! Cerberus actually freaking sucks to fight in this game, compared to Kingdom Hearts 1. Like, they actually make him pretty rough. And, here's the fun thing, if you're at 1 HP, and this happened in Nintendo a lot, if you're at 1 HP and a rock hits you with the head, you die. Because the rocks do 1 HP damage. So you can die to a rock falling on your head. And they will fall on your head. Cerberus is a lot more aggressive in this fight. I think there's a way to loop him, but I'm not sure. But, it kinda sucks to fight. Yeah, it doesn't activate until a cutscene, because you can't hurt Pete until then, I think. You do I think you only have Auron for the fight, too. And, like, Auron's not bad, but, like, Auron dies real fast, because he's super aggressive, and, so is Cerberus. I don't remember if Cerberus has, fireballs or, flame pillars or anything like that. It's been a long time since I've, fought Cerberus in Kingdom Hearts 2. He's moderately difficult, but he can be very, very problematic. Hydra, on the other hand, can you get on the Hydra's back? Get on the Hydra's back. Why aren't you on the Hydra's back? Come on, get on the Hydra's back. Everyone on the Hydra's back. If you can withstand hearing that all the time, you're good. But, Hydra's actually kinda hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Hydra's actually kinda rough. You gotta deal with the constant lightning strikes. You gotta watch out for the heads. You gotta watch out for the hail swing, which can be very difficult to avoid. And if you fail the QTE, then you're not gonna destroy all the heads. And you have to kill all the heads in a QTE. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you fail that QTE, you're gonna have to redo everything to do the QTE. And it's like, why? Screw the Hydra. Stupid Hydra. Meh. This guy. This guy is kinda in the same boat, in that he's kinda annoying to hit. Unless you use, Tron's... Actually, is it Tron? His, no, I don't think you need Tron for it. But you need to use the QTE to stop him from moving around. But, the thing that makes him hard is the lasers. There's so many lasers. There's so many energy balls. There's so much garbage in the fight. And it's so easy to just get hit by something off screen and die. And when he's moving super fast, you can't really attack him because it counts as an attack from him. And it's just like, bro, I just want to hit you, please! And the stop does not last very long either. So you have very limited time to do damage on him before he starts zipping around the stage again. And I don't think Magnet really works either. Son Yu. So I will say, if you know how to fight him, Son Yu's not difficult. If you're playing the game for the first time, Son Yu can be kinda hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Son Yu, I remember giving me troubles the first time I fought him because of his counters. Like his little Soryuken counter that he likes to do sometimes. It freaking hurts! And you don't have once more or second chance then. So you can easily guide that. The bird can attack you. Did you know you can attack the bird and knock it out? I think you can knock out the bird in that fight. But yeah, Son Yu, not super difficult. The big thing about his fight is making sure the door doesn't die. That's the other difficult part of the fight. You gotta deal with Son Yu, but you gotta make sure that the stupid zombies aren't destroying the door. And I don't know if they respawn or not either, so you got a lot to deal with in that fight. You're on a time limit for the most part, because you can't cast Cure on a door. Barbossa! I'm actually going to put Barbossa up here. Because, you know why Barbossa's hard? Did you know you can hit him with Blizzard and that basically nullifies him? Because he's weak to Blizzard, so you can hit him with Blizzard. I think Fireworks too. But the thing that makes Barbossa hard is Jack. Jack makes the fight hard. If Jack dies, you lose. And Jack will die, because Jack is an idiot. He will go after Barbossa, even when Barbossa is immune. That's the other part. You have to fight Barbossa in the moonlight. If he's not in the moonlight, you're not damaging him. And it's very fickle to get him into the moonlight. Like, real fickle. And sometimes finding the Heartless and her light on is really annoying too. Not to mention fighting Barbossa up close, he hurts. Yeah, Jack as a character is great, but that fight sucks because of Jack. Like, Jack will just run in and be like, He'll die like a Street Fighter character. Beast! Beast isn't really that difficult, in my opinion. Hello? So, Beast isn't really hard. You can stun lock him with Clocksworth. If you use Clocksworth, you can stun lock him indefinitely. So he's not hard. If you don't stun lock him, he's a little bit more of a problem. Because he does hurt a lot, but he's not really that difficult. The hyenas! The hyenas are going to go up here. If you know how to fight them, they're not super difficult. You can beat them all with Magnet and Reflect, I believe. I think you can Magnet them to death, and then Reflect them to death. But without those, they can be a little bit annoying. Like, if you fight them without Timon and Pumbaa, they're just annoying, really. During the fight with Timon and Pumbaa, it's so weird to say during the fight with Timon and Pumbaa. But, they can be a little bit annoying because those two, they just, I mean, they're good for getting the hyenas near you, but they also die super fast because, you know, Timon and Pumbaa. This guy right here. This guy is probably one of the harder Kingdom Hearts 2 bosses, I feel. In the main game. I feel like Scar is just... he feels unfair sometimes. Like, there's a way to deal with him, but I don't know what the way is. And when he DMs, it's like, okay, good luck. Better hope that you don't get hit by his phantom gas, or whatever it is. And dealing with his constant lightning spam, it's like, please! Stop! No more lightning! Ah! Lightning! You're a terrible Final Fantasy oh wait, wrong lightning. Wrong lightning, my bad. But yeah. And you have to fight as, Lion Sora. Lion Sora is not bad, but I don't know. Scar just sucks. Scar's just legit difficult, I feel. I feel like every time I fight him, I have problems. Like, every time. Oh, this stupid boss. I hate this boss. So, I'm gonna put this boss right here, alongside Son Yu. I don't remember the name of this boss. It's the boss you fight at Beast Castle. But, this boss is, like, annoying, because it constantly summons enemies, including the stupid gargoyles. The, statues, which is like, oh my god, the statues. And just getting close to this boss and hit him is a pain in the butt, because he will knock you away a lot. And when you reduce its HP to 0, it can use the, reaction command. Then you're on time limit and damage the actual boss. And if you have enemies around, they will give way. All the time. All the time. Now, if you have the little bat enemies around, you can actually use those to kill the boss a little faster. But, like, it's still a little bit annoying to deal with. And if you're fighting this boss for the first time, you're probably going to die a lot, mostly at the gargoyle statues. Are there lancers? Hey, Rory, do you remember if there are lancers in this fight? I don't remember if there's this stupid lancer. Not the dragoons, but the, little lance dudes that you fight in, Beast Castle 1. I don't remember if they're in the fight. If they're in the fight, it's infinitely worse, but I don't remember if they are. I think it's only the bats and the, gargoyle statues. Oh my god. Then we got this guy right here. So this guy is phase 1 of a fight. He's not super difficult to fight. He's pretty standard. He's not that difficult. It's phase 2 of a fight that sucks. And I think that's what this is. Phase 2 sucks. Like, you're probably gonna die a lot phase 2. Mostly because just hitting the spots where it's at, where it's processing, it's just like, oh my god. I can't hit you because everything else is hitting me. And it does a million damage, and you don't have that many, inventory slots for the fight. Item slots. I don't know if there's a good way of fighting this boss. Is there a good way? I feel like there's not. I feel like there's not actually a good way of fighting him. What's next? What is next? How many bosses do we have left? This is probably going to be a 2-part stream. A 2-part Zatsudan. Fire and Blizzard Lord. I think that's what they're called. I don't think they're actually that difficult. I think they're actually pretty easy for the most part. But it's very easy to get screwed over by hacking one of them and not having invulnerability frames for the other one doing whatever they're doing, and then just dying from that. Or, you know, you're trying to fight one and then you're getting belly flopped by another one. Or, you know, you're trying to hit them and then, oops, there's a lava pool or an ice pool underneath you now. I hate damage. They're not really that difficult, though. I think they're relatively easy. Honestly, this guy might be... Go up. This guy might actually be a little bit more difficult than I remember. Who is that? Guys, who is this boss? Who is that? I don't know who this is. Oh, Storm Rider. Right, Storm Rider. I think Storm Rider can be easy if you know how to stay on top of it. However, if you don't know, which sometimes it's very easy to not stay on top of the boss, he can be a little bit of a problem because constant lightning bolts, lightning balls, his DM is a pain in the butt. He just hurts a lot. And sometimes getting on top of him is just good luck. You're not getting on top of him. Once you get on top of him, though, you can stay on top of him. I think the rest of the fight if you do it right. So he's not super difficult if you do that. I think gravity... Wait, do you have gravity? No, I don't think you have gravity anymore in Kingdom Hearts 2. And I don't think magnet really works, so... Reflect is good. Reflect is always good, but I don't think you can get Reflect off very easily when you're on top of him. Grim Reaper! The actual Grim Reaper. He sucks! I hate him! I hate him! His gimmick is absolutely terrible! In order to damage him, you have to hit him with magic to get the, talismans from him, medallions. Put all of the medallions in the box, and then you can fight him. Until then, you're kind of just running around, hitting him with magic, hoping he doesn't swipe you. He's not a difficult boss, he's just annoying. That's the thing about a lot of these Kingdom Hearts bosses, is they're just annoying. Like, name one Kingdom Hearts boss that's not super annoying. You tell me one Kingdom Hearts boss that's not annoying. Excuse me, what do you mean SBC got re-released? SNK vs. Capcom? I know Marvel vs. Capcom did. Wait, what? You're gonna have to link me back because... By re-release, do you mean they updated it or it's just the original one but it got it's the original one? Link it to me in the Discord. This Grim Reaper fight's not really that difficult, so he's gonna go right here. Oh my god, Earthshaker. Earthshaker is another one of those annoying fights. It's not difficult, well it is difficult because you gotta avoid everything, and everything's like a QTE. In order to get up to him, you gotta QTE him. Now, here's the fun thing. If you know the way of doing it, you can actually get up to the main boss without the QTE. There is a way to get the main boss without the QTE. And it's like, huh? But normally you're using the QTE, so you gotta, you know, do enough damage and then QTE your way up there. And the boss is annoying because it will just hit you from anywhere sometimes, if I recall. I must see this. Wow, it actually did get re-released. I'm surprised. So, is it the original? It is the original, right? If it's not, if it's the original, that's interesting. I wouldn't think that they get an update to it. That'd be interesting. Hercules. I don't remember you, so you must not have been difficult. Who is that? I can't make that out. Who is this boss? Anyone know who that boss is? I can't make it out. Large apart? Oh, right. Okay. I don't know. But, like, he's not even that difficult. Why are you there? Go down. You're not difficult. Let me see. The dragon. The freaking dragon. The dragon's not super difficult, but it can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. I think these are all the dragon parts, right? So, like, the dragon's not super hard at all, in all honesty. I think that's both the dragons, right? Yeah. Like, it's very easy to just go in, like, a circle, and it will never really hit you. So it's not, like, a super difficult fight. I think that's Armored Semnus, right? Armored Semnus is honestly pretty easy. Like, by the time you get an Armored Semnus, like, he's not even a challenge, really. Like, you shouldn't really have a problem. He's slow, and you can reflect spam him to death, and he'll just die. Like, he's not hard. And if he does hit you and push you all the way away, it's not hard to get back to him. So he's not, like, super difficult or anything. Leon and Yuffie. I don't think Leon and Yuffie are that difficult. Like, they're a little bit harder for the first game, but I don't think they're really that difficult at all. They're honestly pretty easy, in my opinion. Likewise, with Yuffie and Tifa, they're pretty easy as well. Because Tifa's gonna kill herself on Reflect. Leon's gonna kill himself on Reflect. Most of these Final Fantasy characters are gonna kill themselves on Reflect. In fact, I have a clip of just that, where I killed all 4 of them at once with Reflect, if I recall. So they're all very, very simple to defeat. Now this one is a little bit more difficult because Cloud and Tifa actually work well together. And they're actually pretty rough. But again, Reflect. Just Reflect. Reflect will win. Reflect will win. Cloud and Leon, same deal. They're both aggressive. Now the hard part is fighting all 4 of them. That's actually kind of rough. And I will actually put them here, because if you don't know how to reflect them good, they're actually pretty hard. Final Form can actually be very good here too. But I don't think you really want to be using Final Form too much. Well, I mean, there's no reason not to use Final Form. There's no reason not to. But you want to have Reflect. Reflect, Reflect, Reflect. I think they're easy to beat that way. Just don't get hit, because they're gonna murder you if you get hit. So, let's talk about Semnus the first. First Semnus can be pretty difficult if you don't know what to do. If you know what to do, you can actually loop Semnus, and he will never be a problem. If you don't know what to do, Semnus is actually a pain in the butt. Semnus can actually be a massive pain in the butt. Mostly because he just acts forever. And it's like, if you mess up even once, you're taking all of the rest of the hits. And it's like, oh my god, please. Please stop. Stop. Please, I'm begging you. So, you know what? I wonder if it's actually on Google's side now, because that's the second disconnect I had. It did disconnect for a split second there. That's the second one. I haven't had that happen in like a year and a half. So I'm wondering if Google or if YouTube is having problems. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, Sumnus the Second. The final boss fight. I hate him. I absolutely hate him. So, if you try to do the... When the fight starts, he will put you into a QTE situation. Even if you do the QTE, sometimes it doesn't work. Just like with Twilight Form, sometimes you just get hit. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's a way to reflect through the entire thing and do damage and summoners, but otherwise, the fight just sucks. He's constantly teleporting around. He's constantly shooting projectiles at you. He likes to clone himself, which makes it annoying to find the right one. Riku, if Riku dies, you lose. So, you have to watch out for Riku dying. And there's a section where Sora gets put into a situation where he gets grabbed by Sumnus and you're controlling Riku. And you gotta get his Sumnus before Riku dies. Yes, final Sumnus. If Riku dies or Sora dies during that scenario, you're doing the whole fight all over again. And it's like, oh my god. So there is a way to completely skip it. If you do enough damage, you can completely skip it. And you can reflect it. So if you reflect it, you can skip it. If you do enough damage, you can skip it. And if you do enough damage, you can also skip the, I think you can, no. Can you skip the, dome section? I think it's possible. No, I don't think you can skip the dome. I think that's how you skip the Riku section. But yeah, if you do enough damage, you can skip it. But it still sucks. It's just awful. It's a terrible fight. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. So I'm gonna wrap up today with the Kingdom Hearts 2 section. I don't know which one of these is 365 and a half. Are these 365 and a half? What's 365? Are you 365? I think this is 365, so I can put all of those away. That's Birth by Sleep. That is... I think that's Recoded. And that is... Probably. Some of these I'm gonna have to, look over. There's a lot of fights here. Holy crap. So let's start with... Oh yeah, there's this Riku fight. Spoiler, Riku is a fight. It's not a hard fight. You just gotta survive long enough. Do enough damage to Riku, and, that's it, really. It's not a hard fight. Where is it? So, Demets. The first fight with Demets is actually kind of rough, I feel. I'm gonna put Demets right here. Because a lot of people are gonna die in Demets. I'm not gonna mince words. If you're playing for the first time, you're gonna die in Demets. Demets honestly is kind of hard to fight. if you know how to fight him, you can loop him. Wow, did you know you can loop bosses? But yes, Gambits is kinda rough. Gambits 1 is easy. Gambits 2, the one at Hall of Bastion, is the one I'm talking about. He can be kinda rough. And if you don't deal with that time limit, you're just screwed. The time limit shouldn't be a problem in this fight, but it can just screw you over. And it does a lot of damage. This guy, Yu-Gi-Oh! Man. Yu-Gi-Oh! Man. I can't remember his name. Why can I not remember his name? What was your name, card man? I can't remember. Watcher, that's it. Thank you. Sometimes I just forget names, so I'm just like, I know what the name is. So Watcher, when you fight him in the main story, he can be a little tricky. You can ignore all of his mini games and beat him. So fun fact. If you know the trick, you just do hop, short hop, hack, hack, short hop, hack, hack, short hop, hack, hack. And that's all you do. You can beat him doing that. That's all you have to do to beat him. If you don't use that, or if you mess that up, you do have to deal with the mini games. And, if you're back at mini games and back at timing, the fight's gonna go bad. And it's very easy to mess some of them up. So, he can be a little rough. And it's very easy for the fight to snowball in one direction. Learn the speedrun strat, is that with Reflect? I'm pretty sure the speedrun strat is what I talked about, where you just jump at hack, jump at hack, jump at hack. I'm pretty sure that's the speedrun strat. Like, he's not super difficult, but he can give you problems if you're not good at the minigames. Shulgin! Shulgin sucks! Shulgin actually sucks, I feel. I feel Shulgin's probably harder than, Gambits. A different DM skip. I hate Shulgin. I absolutely hate him. I hate him because Shulgin likes to go from DM into DM into DM. That might be a gay fight. But I hate regular Shulgin to do that too, where he just goes DM, 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 and it's like, bro, stop! And he can just, you know, kill you for just one mistake. And he puts up that wind at, like, the worst freaking times, I swear. I swear he puts up the wall at the worst times. And it's just like, please, stop! If you jump on him, then, like, he's not too big of a deal, but, like, he likes to cause frame dips on lower end PCs. See, I only played on consoles, so I don't know how it is on PC. That's pretty bad, though, if he does that. Sigbar is no one who sucks. I'm gonna put Sigbar up here. Because, Sigbar can be hard. He's a lot of how good are you at blocking. That's basically his fight. How good are you at blocking? If you're good at blocking his stuff, he's not too difficult, but it's very easy to mess up and just die. It's very easy to mess up and die. His DM's not really that difficult, if I recall. I think his DM's actually easy to avoid. But he can be a little bit of a tricky person to fight. I'm trying to remember if there's a cheese form. I think there is, but I don't remember what it is. But Sulkin, or, not Sulkin, Sigmar. Anti-form is honestly pretty good. Like, sometimes anti-form can be really, really good for damage. Because if I recall, anti-form doesn't trigger revenge, does it? I don't remember if anti-form triggers revenge values, or revenge attacks. I think you can just keep hacking them if there's not a whole lot they can do. Where is he? Roxas! Roxas. I'm gonna put Roxas here at C+. Because you can loop him. Believe it or not, you can loop Roxas again. You can just infinitely loop him if there's nothing he can do and you win. If you don't know that, Roxas can be a bit of a problem. He could be a legit challenge for people. Especially if you're playing for the first time, you're probably gonna die a Roxas a lot. Because he can hit fast and hard, and he can just hit out of nowhere. Can he skill your Keyblades in the first fight? Like, I think he can skill your Keyblades in a normal fight. And if he does that, you can't really do anything. But yeah, Roxas can be kind of rough. But as long as you avoid his, Keyblade steal, if he does that first fight. And he has, like, that BN move. Which you can also do, which I don't know why you would ever want to do that reaction command. That's a terrible idea. He can be kind of rough. Now, where is he? Is he not here? You! Sayats. Mr. Berserker Man. So, I'm gonna put Sayats down here, actually. So, Sayats, the normal Sayats fight, is a little rough. Yeah, I know you can steal his. I think he can steal yours, too. I'm pretty sure he can. But Sayats, regular Sayats, you can actually loop him outside the Berserker mode, so you can outright kill him in non-Berserker mode. And if you give him a Berserker mode, you can hit him with Blizzard, and that will reduce the Berserker gauge. So you can deal with him pretty easily, but if you don't know that, and he becomes a lot more difficult. And he hits like a truck. He hits like a truck. I mean, he's a Berserker. He's supposed to hit you like a truck. If I was a Berserker, and if I didn't hit you like a truck, then, I mean, what's the point of being a Berserker? You're a bad Berserker if you don't hit like a truck. Oi, oi, oi. And with that, we are going to go to Sephiroth. Sephiroth is pretty difficult. You can loot Sephiroth. Much like in Kingdom Hearts 1, you can loot Sephiroth. So, Phase 1 to Phase 2, you can loop him. Phase 3, I don't think you can loop him. Phase 3, you have to do a little bit of a different strategy, and that's where he's the most difficult. Phase 1, you know when he just runs up and does like a whole bunch of slashes? You can block those. If you block, I think, 3 of them and then counter, instantly die if you fail what? No, I'm not talking about the first one where you have to do the QTE. By the way, did you know you can dodge roll through that? So you don't even have to do the QTE at all, you can just dodge roll it. You can literally just dodge roll it. Oh, yeah. So, the way I do the loop is, when I see him start up the animation, I jump, and then I just, like, glide in the air. I glide slowly, and the moment he stops at hacking, I will do some hacks, and I will loop it. I will land, do the hack, jump, do the hack, and then I will run back a little, and then let him do it again. Because you do not want to... You don't want to hit him with a finisher, because that will trigger the revenge, and he'll teleport away. I believe I have. I've seen Ninten do a lot of stuff. Ninten's the one I watch for Kingdom Hearts randomizers. Again, Heartless Angel. If you don't have one more second chance, you will die instantly. Meteor is not really that big of a problem. Shadow Flare can be a bit of a problem if you're not good at getting rid of the Shadow Flares with Reflect. Baraga Wall is a little bit of a problem, but there is a way to deal with it. You can reflect through it. You don't really want to reflect too much. If you wait outside just a little bit and time it just right, you can hit Sephiroth out of it. But yeah, he is legit difficult. So me and a few buddies, were good enough that we used to do challenges with Sephiroth, including no items, no abilities, the Honey Keyblade, negative combo only, things like that. We used to do a lot of challenges against Sephiroth, and we did beat him in most of them. All three of us managed to beat him on those challenges. Now, could I do that nowadays? I'd have to get practice in, because it's been a long time. I might not get through all the Kingdom Hearts 2 bosses today. This guy! This guy! I hate him! Definitely one of the worst bosses. He's definitely one of the worst bosses, because at the start of the fight, he can just outright kill you. He can just outright lock your commands away, which makes the fight stupid. He can just, you know, be an annoying little jerk and just revenge you out of the house. He can just spam moves that you can do nothing about, like his little gas move and his motorcycle move. He has spits that are annoying. But, here's the fun thing. Did you know you can beat him by looping him? You know the same method that you beat, Blutzer? With the jump at hack, jump at hack, jump at hack. If you time it perfectly, you can beat, Lingering Will that way. He will still get his DMs off, but his DMs you can avoid pretty easily, and then you can continue the loop. So you have to deal with 2 DMs at the most, I believe, if you do that method. But, yeah, he's kinda annoying because his revenge attack will probably put you at 1 HP or outright kill you. He will constantly go into his little, air gas move, which is not hard to dodge or avoid, but sometimes he'll do the air gas into the little whip move, and that whip move sucks. He'll use Ultima Cannon, and if you're close enough, you can just, parry it back to him and hit him with it. He has like a charge move where he runs up and like punches you, and it does like multiple hits, and it sucks. And it has super armor too. And then one move where he'll stab the ground, make a big old thing pop up, and if you get hit, your commands get locked. And it sucks. I hate it. That's my most hated move. So yeah, he kinda sucks. He's one of the worst bosses. I'm actually gonna put him at A+, because he's not... you can deal with him. He's just really bad. He's really difficult. Alright! So, here we are. Let's start with this one. So, let's say is. Normal let's say is. Normal let's say is, I don't think it's really that difficult. Like, if you fight him immediately, he might be. But he's so slow that you probably dodge all of his stuff. And it's very possible to just dodge roll through his ground pound move. If you have Reflect, he's super easy. If you don't have Reflect, then what are you doing? But honestly, I don't think let's say is super difficult normally. Zatsudan, on the other hand, Zatsudan sucks. I'm gonna put Zatsudan... Like, even normal Zatsudan is kinda awful. Like, fighting him normally isn't bad. But when you get sucked into the little book world, that's where it gets bad. That's where all the problems happen. And you're gonna get put into the book world a lot. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. I don't know if he has his DM in that one. I think he does. And you just gotta watch for it. And when you see it turn green and start flashing, if you gas, if you do, the little gas move to it, you can get in there before the barrier pops up and you're fine. The hardest part is hitting Zatsudan and getting out of the world. And you know what? Since we're talking about Zatsudan, the other Zatsudan is even worse, and I'm going to put him even higher. Because the books are so awful to deal with. They're so terrible to deal with. Like, you're trying to fight Zatsudan, but there's books everywhere. There's lightning everywhere. And sometimes your commands get scrambled. And if your commands get scrambled, good luck. And hey, if you get trapped in a book, guess what? You're probably gonna die. Yeah, and he puts you back into the book real quick outside the book. You're constantly dealing with the book world, like, all the time. And it's just like, ugh. Especially in the Gaia fight. The Gaia fight... Well, actually, does he seal your commands of this one? Yeah, I think he seals your commands of this fight. Betson. Betson is kinda... Yeah, it's very poorly designed. Betson is kinda... I don't know if Betson is really that difficult, per se. Like, would you say Betson is difficult? Like, I don't think Betson can be tough. But the hardest thing about Betson is breaking his shield so you can hit him. And avoiding the little data scanner because of the Heartless Soras he can make. But, like, regular Betson isn't super difficult, I think. Now, regular Betson might not be super difficult, but Gata Betson sucks. Like, just trying to hit the guy sucks. I'm just like, oh my god, I can't hit him. Yeah, he's an absent silhouette. I forget where you fight him, though, honestly. I think he's in, Land of Dragons, I think. And you have to deal, and his DM sucks, too, because he summons, like, 4 giant icicles around him, moves around, and he will throw them at you, and if you're not careful, he'll also do a blizzard, that if you don't, dodge roll or reflect, it's just gonna hit you, and you're probably gonna die. And on top of that, the Gaosora is constantly going to be up your grill. And the Gaosora will get stronger the higher level scan he has on you. Speaking of Lexaeus. So, Lexaeus is the Gaia fight with Lexaeus. It's about the same. It's honestly not too much more difficult. Honestly, it's not really that much more difficult than regular Lexaeus. The DM does kind of suck. I don't know if you can only get through with Reflect or if you need to be in the air to avoid it. But like, Lexaeus really isn't super tough. Like, at no point is he really that difficult, I feel. Gaia Gemets. Gaia Gemets is actually probably one of the harder fights too. Because you need to be able to kill the clones. If you don't kill the water clones, you're gonna lose. And at one point, when you give 0 HP, it's gonna summon a bunch of clones constantly. And at one point, you're gonna have to kill 100 of them in like 30 seconds, I think. And you need Final Form or Wisdom Form with Faraga to do it real quick. It's awful. Gemets himself is the same. Like, you can use the same strategy on him, I believe, as the regular Gemets. But, like, he's awful to fight because of that time limit. Yeah. And, like, if you run out of magic, if you can't use fire anymore, you can't win. You physically cannot win, I think, without fire or some kind of magic. It's awful. It's very awful. So, let's go with Gaia Lutzurg. If I recall, Gaia Lutzurg isn't too different from Lutzurg. I actually don't think he's really any different. Like, there's more mini-games, I think, but like, I think you can still do the same strategy to him, and you'll win. Like, I don't remember him being super difficult. It's been a long time since I fought him. But I think he's identical to regular Lutzurg. Now, Gaia Syax, if I recall, is absolutely terrible to fight. Like, he's actually worse to fight than a regular Syax. Because he goes into Berserker mode so fast and so often. And I think Berserker mode is actually different. Does he throw the sword at you? I don't think he throws the sword at you, right? I think that's Kingdom Hearts 3. I just remember him being absolutely terrible to fight. Like, you would have to fly around the arena and wait for his Berserker to run out before you could damage him. Actually, it might be identical to regular Syax, just a lot more Berserker mode. It's been a long time. Someone's gonna have to correct me on that. Gaia Axel sucks. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks. You want to talk about a really bad gimmick? He sucks. A gimmick where, as long as the fire stays, you constantly lose health until you hit 1 HP. It sucks. Now, here's the thing. You can actually loop him. You can actually loop him to death. In 2 different ways. There's 2 ways of looping him. One involves making him jump into the flames, hitting him with the first part of the reaction command, but not doing the second part, and then continuing on with your combo and looping that. The second part is a little bit riskier and involves reflecting. If you can reflect correctly, you can just beat him. if you know how to loop him, he's the best way of getting magic ups. Otherwise, he's identical to the first, to regular Axel, just a lot more aggressive, and he will. Sometimes it's hard to counter him, because sometimes you block him, and then he'll immediately do the same move, or go behind you and do the same move. And he'll just do it over and over and over and over. Or sometimes when you're comboing him, and you're comboing him too close to the firewall, you'll hit the firewall and you'll die. Which is another issue, which is like, ugh! Awful fight. You never really need to get rid of the firewall, by the way. You can do the entire fight without the firewall, because he'll just put the firewall back up. He's an antivirus, don't you know? Lartzine. If I recall, Lartzine was kinda challenging, especially if you do Lartzine as early as you can in Port Royal. She can be kinda rough. There's no real cheap gimmick with her, I feel. I don't think she really has a cheap gimmick. Like, she can split her clones up, but, like, you can deal with the clones. Likewise, in the Gaia fight. I think the Gaia fight's almost the same. Just a little bit more difficult. Where'd she go? Lartzine, where'd she go? Lartzine? Oh, you're right here. So, Gaia Lartzine is a little bit harder. I think you have a lot more counters to deal with. I don't remember it too much, because it's been forever. I remember Kingdom Hearts 3 Lartzine more, because screw that fight. Reflect is key. If you use Reflect, she's gonna kill herself. I think she gets up to 4 clones, right? But you can basically kill her with Reflect, so she's not super difficult with Reflect. Without Reflect, it becomes a lot more difficult. I just don't remember how her fight goes. Gate Hasolgan. Sucks. I hate him. He's awful. He's worse than Solgan. He's Solgan, but even more worse. That's basically it. He's Solgan, but basically worse, with more HP and stuff. Gaia Sigmar is about the same thing. I don't remember their fights being too different from the regular fights. I really don't. They're about the same, I feel. Gaia Roxas, same thing. I think it's about the same. I don't remember. Oh, he does have a DM, doesn't he? Does he use the DM in the regular fight? I don't remember if he uses the DM in the regular fight or not. The DM's not super difficult to dodge, though. It's honestly really easy to avoid. But Roxas himself, about the same, if I recall. I don't remember if he makes it so you can't recover very well. Gaia fight with the, I'm just gonna say this right now. The Gaia fight with both, Semnuses suck. I don't like the Gaia fight with the Semnuses, because if you die in the second fight with Gaia Semnus, because you gotta do both parts. The first part with just Sora, and the second part with, Sora and Riku. If you die at any point, you have to redo the entire fight. And Gaia Semnus Phase 1 is not really that different from, original Semnus, and Gaia Semnus 2 is pretty much the same as Final Semnus. It's the fact that you fight them one after another, and if you lose at any point, you have to redo the entire fight. That's what makes it difficult. You got 2 bosses in a row. Fighting them separately is about the same as fighting the boss normally, I think, if I recall. Again, I don't remember the Gaia fights Kingdom Hearts 2 very well. And lastly, Marluxia. Marluxia sucks, if I recall. But there is a way of dealing with him. There is honestly a way of dealing with Marluxia. If I recall, the main gimmick of the fight is you have a counter above your head, right? And if it reaches 0, you die. I think that's the only real big gimmick. I think you can seize Marluxia. I don't recall. It's been a long time. Again, my brain remembers Kingdom Hearts 3 more than Kingdom Hearts 2. Equal to your level? Right. I don't think you'll find his DM. What was his DM? His DM is just spinning around, right? I don't think there was like any big DM thing with Marluxia to worry about, right? A flurry of slashes. Like, it's been a long time, so I don't remember the fight. I do remember him being a pain in the butt. I do remember it being a pain in the butt. So that's Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and, I guess technically, Chain of Memories, I guess. So that's all we're gonna do for today, because my voice is dying. It's been 3 hours of this, and we got a lot more to go through. So, I will say, until next time, everyone, whenever that may be, we got a lot more to go through, and, it's gonna be fun. You're welcome. You are welcome. I hope that my prowling on wasn't, too boring. I hope it wasn't too boring. Why are these down here? There's more Kingdom Hearts 2 stuff at the bottom for some reason. Anyways, I will say, until next time, everyone, whenever that may be,